Welcome to today's episode. We're going to explore the art of measuring the performance and success of your business. Although this seems like a simple thing to do, today's episode will highlight how tricky this can be, especially if this is not your thing. Hopefully by the end of this episode, though, it will be your thing. In fact, you might discover your business success counts on it. Today I'll cover the benefits of measuring the right things, how too many measurements can be overwhelming, let's not do that, and how too little will have you lose control of your business, and how measuring the wrong things will get you undesirable behaviours. Instead, we'll apply the Goldilocks theory of not too much, not too little, and just right, so you can hit the sweet spot and put yourself in full control of your business. Putting the right measurements in place is a surefire way to reach your goals, achieve your vision, and establish the ability to pivot if the market changes. So get yourself comfy as we dive into today's quick win. Let's do it. Are you ready to work less, stress less, and make more money? I bet you're tired of working really hard, putting in crazy hours, and still not getting the results you know you deserve. How about we swap constant overwhelm for ease and grace and take your business to the next level? Imagine having absolute certainty with every decision you make. There's a way you can achieve it all without losing yourself. I'm Deb Field, Quick Win Coach, business boss and Keep It Simple CEO. I've been successfully taking small, medium and large businesses to the next level for decades. Want to learn how? Go grab your favourite cuppa. I'm about to share powerful quick wins you can apply today. Let's create business magic with your heart at the centre of everything you do. Before we get into the good stuff, let's talk about the word performance. What does this mean in a business sense? Well, according to the Harvard Business Review, performance is a company's ability to profit from its resources and achieve its objectives. This makes complete sense because to enable your business to be sustainable, it needs to be profitable. And to enable it to deliver your business purpose, it needs to achieve your objectives. Establishing key performance indicators, KPIs, and ways to track them will produce data that should answer your performance questions about your business. For example, how much does it cost me to market and sell to each customer? That's a cost indicator. How long does it take me to fulfill a customer order? That's a time indicator. And how happy are my customers with my services? That's a quality indicator. The great thing about knowing the answers to your business performance questions is you can start to improve your business performance by improving your processes. The main thing is you are in the driver's seat. You need measurements that make sense to your unique business, your unique processes, and your unique objectives. By the end of today's session, you will be able to look at your business model, determine the key elements to be measured, and start putting appropriate measurements in place. It's simpler than you think. So before we dive in, here's a couple of stories to illustrate why measuring the right things is important. When I was consulting to a large organisation, I found out they were paying a call centre based on their performance. Makes sense, right? However, the way their performance was being measured was driving the wrong behaviour and was not meeting the organisation's customer service mission. In a nutshell, the outsourcing company agreement was they were paid for the number of calls processed. Sounds okay. However, the behaviour this encouraged was that the call centre agents answered as many calls as possible during their shift. It did not matter if the customer issue was resolved or not. In fact, some agents were partially answering questions and encouraging the customer to call back so they could raise another ticket. Why? Because the more tickets, the more money the call centre charged the organisation. Meanwhile, the customer satisfaction was not a consideration, and when reviewed, it was extremely low. We implemented a customer satisfaction measure, a quality measure, into the call centre agreement. A different incentive. The behaviour of the agents changed instantly. The customer satisfaction also changed immediately. They still got paid a similar amount, but the results were completely different. We have to measure the right stuff. Here's another insight to encourage you to keep it simple. I've seen performance measurement specialists come in and implement incredibly detailed measurement systems with all the bells and whistles, formulas that would make your eyes pop, and charts as useful as a screen door on a submarine. The problem I've seen over and over is the data produced does not answer the questions the leaders have about their business. Measurements in our business only have one job, and that is to tell us how we are performing and to help us improve that performance. From there, we can make changes to make our business better. So let's walk through how business measurement systems work. First, we need to understand the two types of indicators, and this is a really critical thing to understand. First, there are lead indicators, a predictive measurement to what could happen. For example, the percentage of people wearing hard hats on a building site. And then there are lag indicators, an output measurement of what has actually happened. For example, the number of accidents on a building site. This example demonstrates the correlation or cause and effect chain between the lead indicator and the lag indicator. The difference between the two is a lead indicator can influence change, whereas a lag indicator can only record the results of what's happened. Here are a couple of specific examples. Satisfied and motivated employees are a well-proven lead indicator of customer satisfaction. Here's another one. High-performing processes is a good lead indicator for cost efficiency. As you can see, this is a cause and effect relationship. Most businesses only measure lag indicators, which are results, outputs, or outcomes, because they're easy to measure and they're typically accurate. These are essential for charting progress, but useless when attempting to influence the future. Lead indicators are always more challenging to determine than lag indicators, but are necessary to improve your business performance. For example, if we want less accidents on the building site, it is assumed we need more people to wear hard hats. This would need a policy change, an investment to provide hats, and a communication to all the people on the building site. To know if this lead indicator is the right thing to measure, we should see more hard hats result in less accidents. To this end, the business owner would measure the change to the lead indicator, which is more hats, and see if it results in less accidents on the building site. This will take time, but it's definitely worth the focus. The first thing for you to do in your business is get your lag indicators identified and measured. This will provide you with a baseline. In my experience, a good place to start is your business outputs. These are the products and services you produce that go out to your customers. Now, as long as you know these outputs meet the purpose of your business, we are good to go. If you don't have these clearly documented, I encourage you to go to episode 4, where I walk through how to define and document your business model, which clearly shows your business outputs. If you want help doing this and have 90 minutes you can invest in this process, book a session with me and let's get it done. Details are at the end of this episode. Now, once you know your outputs, choose the top 3 you wish to measure. Trust me, you'll know which ones they are. Once you choose the top 3, determine what is important to measure. Is it cost, time, or quality? And look, it's not uncommon to have 2 measures for any output. An example might be you measure the customer feedback on the product. This is a quality measure. And you measure the time it takes from order received to order delivered. This is obviously a time measure. See how simple it can be? Choose one of your outputs and follow these 6 steps to put your measurements in place. Step 1. Determine what you want to measure. Start with a simple question. For example, how do I know if my customer is happy with the product? Step 2. What is it you can or will actually measure? For example, a customer satisfaction measure from 1 to 5, like a survey. Step 3. If you don't have a way to measure this already, put this process in place as soon as possible. For example, implement an online survey. Maybe it's an email as part of your product delivery process, and this can include any elements you want to measure. You might put in there, how did they find you? How did they rate your product between 1 and 5? How did they rate your speed to delivery between 1 and 5? What do you want to know from your customers? Put everything in there that you want to know. Step 4. Know where your measurement data is stored and how to retrieve it for review. For example, Is the survey data readily available, collected into an Excel spreadsheet or something like that? You don't want to come to the time of reviewing it and have to pull all these disparate pieces of information together. So get that sorted. Step 5, determine how often you'll review it. Is it something you'll do weekly, monthly, quarterly? You decide. So step 6, now if you want to be really fancy, I think this is a beauty. Get your data into a simple chart that's suitable to answer your questions about performance. You don't want to be reading spreadsheet data to work out what it all means. Simply put, is our lag indicator improving or declining? Did our change in business processes make a difference? And all you need to do is rinse and repeat this for all your important lag indicators. Now, once you have your baseline, it's time to work out your lead indicators. This is where the fun starts. Okay, hang on to your hat, peeps. Now, lead indicators only become powerful when you find the right lever to pull that impacts the results that are most important to you and your business. This requires you to be clear about the business problem you're trying to solve or the opportunity you are trying to maximize. Let's read that again. This requires you to be clear about the business problem you're trying to solve or the opportunity you are trying to maximize. Before you jump into any assumptions about which lead indicators you need to measure, please listen to episode 3. And in this episode, we talk about how to solve business problems and how to get to the root cause. This will ensure you know what root cause you are solving so you can measure the right lead indicator. For example, if you have a customer satisfaction rating of, say, 3.2 out of 5 for your product, you may decide this is not a good result and you want to take it up to 4 or 4.5. To this end, you want to solve the problem causing the low survey rating. Follow these 6 steps to measure the right lead indicator. Step 1. Determine the business problem you're trying to solve. For example, accidents on the building site. Step 2. Determine the root cause of the business problem. Remember the hard hat example? Accidents occurred because not everyone was wearing hard hats. This was the root cause and this is why it became a lead indicator. Step 3. Determine the result you want to achieve in respect to the lead indicator you want to measure. For example, you may want to increase something by a percentage, or in the hard hat example, ensure 100% compliance to wearing a hard hat. Step 4. Determine what changes you need to put in place to get the shift you need in the lead indicator. In this example, what needs to be done to ensure everyone wears a hard hat? Step 5. Determine what you will measure and put in place to measure the lead indicator. In this example, you'll need to find a way to know how many people are wearing or not wearing hard hats, including the total number of people on site. In other words, the percentage. Step 6. Review the results of both your lead and lag indicators to see if the changes you made in your business are getting you the results you want. In other words, did the increase in people wearing hard hats reduce the amount of accidents on the building site? Take it slow, as this is a lot to think about. Keep it simple and start with your most important lag indicators and work from there. Once you are a measurement nutter like me, you can work on the rest. There's no rush. Your business measurement system is something you can do over time. This amazing approach to business will take the guesswork out and ensure you are completely in the driver's seat. Now to recap, identify your lag indicators and start with your business outputs. For each lag indicator, follow these steps. Step 1, create a simple question about this measure. What is it you want to know? Step 2, determine what metric you're going to measure to answer this question. Step 3, if it is not already measured, put something in place to capture the information. Step 4, know where your data is stored and get it all into one place. Step 5, work out how often you should review your data. Step 6, create a visual way to read it that makes sense. Now for each lag indicator that is not performing to the level you want, follow these 6 steps. Step 1, determine the business problem you are trying to solve. Step 2, determine the root cause of the problem. This will reveal your lead indicator. Step 3, determine the result you want to get from this lead indicator. Step 4, determine the solution you will implement to resolve the root cause and get the results you want from the lead indicator. Step 5, determine what and how you measure your lead indicator and put this in place. And step 6, review the results of both your lead and lag indicators. You may get 100% of hard hats at your building site, but still have no reduction in accidents on the site. Therefore, wrong root cause, wrong lead indicator. Now, don't forget, go over to episode 3 because this helps you identify the root cause of your problems. And definitely go to episode 4 because this is where you define your business model, which reveals your lag indicators. Now, if you want to have a 90-minute session with me and get this done, go to quickwinsforbusiness.com/offer and snag one of the limited sessions at a special price. And it's only for our podcast listeners. I hope you enjoy this journey and see the amazing results a good measurement system can bring into your business. You may need to go back and listen again and pause as you go, but trust me, this is the best way to improve your business and have absolute certainty with every decision you make. Good luck as you become a measurement nutter just like me. Come on, you know you want to. If not, get a geek to come in and do it for you. They love this stuff. Either way, have fun and have a great day. I hope you loved today's episode and it provides value to you and your business. There are 2 quick things you can do to pay it forward. 1, share this episode with other women you know and love. And 2, take 30 seconds to leave a review on Apple Podcast. This will enable more women in business to receive this valuable information. Let's share the love. Finally, go to quickwinsforbusiness.com. Get your free business checklist and join our private Facebook community where I'll be sharing additional quick win tools. Let's work together. Join me here next week with another exciting episode sharing more quick wins for your business. Have a great day.